Yo, shout out to the Most High. That's always the highest seat when we in our lower state. It's L-Deez for another episode of I Need to Know with my special guest. Introduce yourself, G.
Hey, man, I'm Iamyungstack for the Streets Entertainment. I go by G-Stack Jr., Baby Stack, Lil Stack, whatever, man. You feel me? I'm G-Stack's son, G-Stack of the Delinquents.
Okay.
Coming out of East Oakland for the streets.
So like I said, I got a juvenile delinquent in this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
You feel me?
Okay.
I'm BG, but I'm OG a little bit, though. Like, I got that OG flavor.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You had to, man. Yeah. Your dad and your Uncle V, he like your uncle. He gotta be.
Yeah.
You know
I learned from the OGs, for sure.
For sure, man.
Yep.
So what was that like coming up, man, with them, you know, you coming up as a rap child? Like, was rap music always around?
For me, nah. It was, for me, it was kind of, for a while, I didn't really know what he did. You feel me? Like, I was kind of in the dark as a kid.
Okay.
Once I found out,
yeah,
I was like, oh, I'm on that.
Okay.
That's me.
Okay.
Right? So my uncle, his brother, Uncle B.O.B., shout out Bob.
Yeah.
He really put me on the music, Bay Area music, town music. He put me on the Delinquents, like all the records they were putting out before the mixtapes and all that, back in like Out of Control and Alleyway, you know, things like that. I would see the posters up at his house. I would see the plaques at his house. You know what I mean? I would listen to the music with him whenever I would kick it with him. So once I found out what Pops did, I was like, I want in on that. You know what I mean?
So how did you not know? That's some Michael Jordan shit. You know Michael Jordan's daughter didn't even know this nigga played basketball for the longest.
Well, see, you gotta understand. Pops was he was a rap artist. He was a street dude, but he was a father.
Yeah.
So it was a lot of stuff he didn't want to expose us to.
Okay.
You feel me? So he kind of in that sense he kept us under wraps for a little bit.
Gotcha.
I'd say.
And when you say it's us, you mean there's more?
Oh, it's a bunch more, dog. It's a bunch more. Man. Whoo, yeah, Stack boy putting in work.
So are you the, oh yeah, I want to get to your name because I normally ask my guests how did they get their name, but obviously I know how you got your name. But did you go through any other rap names before Iamyungstack?
Nah.
Okay.
I was always Iamyungstack. Well, I wasn't a rapper.
Okay.
For one. But every time I would get around any one of them, the mechanics, you know, Dot, Forax.
Yeah, shout out to Dot.
Shout out to mechanics. Yeah, facts. Shout out to mechanics.
Shit, High Street.
Anyone, you feel me? Any one of them, they, what's up, little Stack, Baby Stack? You know what I'm talking about? So I adopted the name. I was given the name, it was passed down to me.
Yeah, are you a junior too?
I'm a junior.
Oh shit, you got this shit. You probably got Iamyungstack on your motherfucking ID.
I did when I was a kid. When I made my first record at 13.
Okay.
I threw Iamyungstack on that thing. I made a little. It was like a little Iamyungstack cutout. I put it on my keychain and everything, man.
Yeah. So talk about your first record. I always like to know where artists came from and what their first record was. What was that for you?
My first record was garbage. Right?
Okay.
It was I was 13, 12, I was 12 or 13. Lil Scrappy had just released, I think it was called Money in the Bank or something like that.
Okay.
I took the beat, I wrote a verse to it.
Mm-hmm.
I thought I was it.
Okay.
I had for like $40 on me from saving up allowance and shit. I went down to it was this little studio on, I think it was MacArthur. I went down there with my boy. Paid for my hour, did my verse, and man, whoo! I'm glad I lost that CD.
It was weak like that?
It was weak. But it was my first joint, you feel me? It was my baby. I loved it.
Yeah.
But I knew that it wasn't it.
So what was the song that you actually recorded? You was like, you know what, I could do this shit.
I did a record. Shit. Honestly, I don't remember that one. I don't remember the one that really got me in the mode for it. I know the first record I did with Pops was on the George W. Cush album.
Okay.
In 2007, I believe it was. It was called Shining. Mm-hmm. And when I did that verse, that's when I was I think I was 14, 15 years old. When I did that verse, that's when I was like, oh, yeah, this is what I want to do.
Gotcha.
Like, I loved the adrenaline from recording and from, you know, just the artistry of it.
Okay.
But being exposed to it, I knew I loved music from seeing him do it, from seeing other people do it.
Yeah.
And just being in that environment was exhilarating. So when I was finally able to record professionally, I guess you would say, that inspired me to, okay, I'm gonna keep going with this.
Yeah. That's dope. That's dope. So has your pops, obviously, he's always been one of your biggest influences, right?
Right.
So talk about some of the other people that influenced you from the Bay Area. From
the Bay, I listened to a lot of the old school shit, well, Pac was a I don't know if we would consider him from the Bay, but Pac was a huge inspiration.
Yeah.
Yuck Mouth was a big inspiration. Yuck Mouth for me as a kid. He was the lyricism that he had.
Yeah.
To me, I felt like it was just a little bit different from what everybody else from the Bay was doing.
Yeah.
So I always had this little extra like that motherfucker, that nigga go.
He was kind of like our version of Corrupt to me.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like every city want to feel like they got an artist that they could put up against another motherfucker. And Yuck was that dude for us. And Rappin' Ron and Diddley Dog definitely.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Hell yeah. So this is the question of the week. Out of all the albums that previously came out, what album do you wish that you was on?
What do you mean that previously came? Like from Pops?
No, like from any album, like any genre. Like what album do you wish that you could have been on?
Tech Nine.
Tech Nine?
Yep. Tech Nine, what is it, Interfere or something like that?
Okay.
Something like that, yeah. I put that album on a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
It's been out for a minute.
Yeah.
But I put that album on a few weeks ago, and whoo, Jesus. Now that motherfucker, I'm
Tech Nine?
I'm a Tech Nine fan.
Tech Nine is actually one of the rawest. I think he might be the most underrated rapper from the Midwest.
Fact. But he's all independent.
That's right.
And he running his own shit.
That's right.
He be spitting. The cats he put on be spitting.
That's right.
I got into Tech Nine when he was fucking with Yuck.
Yeah, he still do Regime.
He still fucking, yeah.
Yeah.
Man, so I put that album on and just listening to it. I forget the young lady's name, but it's a young lady on there, one of his artists. And she was just going in.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, that's what I want to hit. That's the pinnacle I want to hit. I don't need to be stupid famous or nothing like that. Just give me a record with Tech.
Tech Nine had a song where he rapped about somebody made him cheat on his girl and this, that. You know what I'm talking about? They made him cheat on him, and because of you, my wife is tripping, and I shouldn't have listened to you. And guess what he was talking about this whole time? His dick. Shout out to motherfucking Tech Nine.
Creativity, man. It's
just
crazy what people can create.
So what is one of your most creative songs?
My most creative, I think, for me, I try to dive into a bunch of different things. I think the most creative song that I'm working on right now is a little bit out there. It's this song called She Said.
Okay.
What I'm doing with that is I'm basically, it's like I was writing a script or constructing a script.
Okay.
From the perspective of a broken woman.
Okay.
But not just any broken woman. It's my broken woman. You feel me?
Okay.
Like a chick that I done fucked over and this, that, and the third.
Okay.
And it's called She Said because I'm sitting there. So the song is basically all from her perspective, and she just giving it to me, and I'm just listening like, God damn, like I did all that, baby. You feel me? But I think that's one of my most creatives because I'm able to put myself into a whole nother person.
You know what's crazy? Because I remember one time I was coming to the house and I heard my chick at the time on the phone talking like, yeah, this motherfucker, and she was talking about some nigga, and I'm like, damn, he ain't shit. I mean, this motherfucker wasn't shit. I'm like, damn, she talking to her girlfriend. I said, baby, who was that? She turned around and said, you, nigga.
Bro, we don't even be knowing. But you got to sit back and put it into perspective, man. Some of the shit we do, it be beyond us, man. We don't even really realize it.
Yeah. You know what I like about, you know what I'm saying, how this conversation is going? It seems like you put a lot of thought in your music.
Absolutely.
So,
Absolutely.
So since you put a lot of thought in your music, how does that make you feel like about when they say dumb your shit down? Do you ever feel like you should dumb your shit down just to sell more records?
Not necessarily, but I think that my relationship with music, it wouldn't be dumbing down. It'd be, because I find music fun. I have a passion for music, whatever it may be. Like even with, and I feel like in connection with dumbing music down, we could kind of tie that into some of the young music that's hitting right now. It's kind of dumbed down, kind of just, energetic. But for that style of music, it's great.
Yeah.
Like I still love that kind of music too. You know what I mean? So for me to like dumb my music down just to make sales, I don't think that's what I would do.
Yeah.
I think I would dumb it down, for lack of better terms, just because I love the record. I feel like it's a fun record. Fuck it, I'm gonna do it. You know what I mean? Like I love creating music, whether it be this or that or this. You know what I mean? I'm not the type of, I don't want to be the type of artist that gets stuck in a box. Yeah. And I can't do whatever the hell I want to do.
Yeah. Speaking of box, I wish I was stuck in a Roddy Ricch box, because that nigga's getting paid like a motherfucker. You know what?
No, dog. Youngster, what is he, like 22, 23, something like that?
He doing his thing, man. Yep. So you coming under, you know what I'm saying, a rapper and stuff like that. Do you ever feel like that you have had pressure because, you know what I'm saying, your dad is, you know what I'm saying, a celebrity and stuff like that? Was there any pressure for you?
Pressure is in like...
Like you had an expectation to meet.
In my music?
Yes.
Yes, 100%. I don't think it was necessarily... the pressure that I feel isn't like talent-wise, like, oh, you have to be this good. But I think that with my dad having so many fans from this genre of music, this era of music, to see me like veer from that and do something else, I don't think a lot of people would want to see that. Or that's what I feel. That's the pressure that I feel, that I kind of got to cater to the fans that he had as well.
Okay.
You know, not veer so much outside of that realm that he created with his music. But that was an old, not fear, but like pressure that I had.
Yeah.
Now I'm just like, I'm gonna do whatever the fuck I want to do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And in respects to what he had going on, I'm never gonna do anything that would disrespect his, you know, his legacy or anything like that, or disrespect his fans. But I gotta be my own person. I gotta be my own artist. Yeah. So I can't think about the pressures of what his people would think about what I do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Definitely. Is your music way different than his?
Yeah.
How would you describe your music?
My music comes from an empathetic standpoint. I feel like my music taps into a little more emotion for the most part. Like even with the record that I dropped, Dark Days, available now.
Okay.
On all streaming platforms, you feel me? Featuring Art by Black, my brother.
Okay.
It was a political thing, but it was something that was created by me out of pure emotion. I just... you know, I was reading the news articles, I was seeing the videos, I was watching what was going on, and I was upset, I was frustrated. I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna throw a verse. And it started off as just, I'm gonna do this verse real quick out of pure emotion, boom. I did it, and you know, I sent my stuff to my circle or whatever, and they was feeling it. Yeah. So I shot it over to my boy, he did the verse. I was like, fuck it, let's make something out of it.
You got a 16 on there?
I think I did 24 bars on there.
Kick it for me.
The whole thing, dog?
Yeah. Sure, why not, man? They all looking.
All right, fuck it. I pray to the stars and the moon, sipping Hennessy, trying to tend to these scars and these wounds. I'm just thinking, will we ever come up off of this soon? Will we all be consumed by the hatred they spew, trying to change up your views? I just flipped through the Bible, gotta see if our skin tone really pitched us as rivals. Were we raised on real love or we raised on survival? Are you willing to ride out or you sitting there idle? Cause our timing is vital.
That's motherfucking G-Stack motherfucking time. Give it up for this motherfucker.
Right on.
You know what I'm saying? I want to hit you with a critical thinking question real quick.
Oh, shit.
Speaking of verses, right?
Yeah.
What do you think the most well-known rap verse is in history?
In history?
Because I have a theory of what it is. I'm going to let you go, then I'm going to explain.
You know what? I can't even...
that everybody knows.
I don't think. For me, the first one that popped into my head was Big, but I couldn't recite the whole thing. Yeah. But I love Big's flow. Yeah. That B-I-G-P-O-P.
Oh yeah, that's dope.
No info for the D-E-A. You feel me? So that's what popped in my head initially. Then I started thinking from a town perspective, and I was like New Oakland, because when that motherfucker come on and Fab starts spitting his verse, everybody know that motherfucker.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, them the only two I could think of, bro, like offhand.
When I'm thinking of the most well-known rap verse,
history, though.
Rap history. Okay. I think of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Well, here is the story all about how my life got twisted upside down. Yeah. So are you collaborating with any people? You know what I'm saying right now?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
The Cat Art by Black, the one that's on Dark Days. I'm actually the studio session I'm headed to.
Okay.
We're gonna work on a few things for his project. He's gonna be doing some stuff for my project, and we're doing a collective project together. I got a couple joints. One with my boy Digital Top Hat from Ronhurt Park. Ronhurt Park.
Ronhurt, yeah, I know where that's.
Yeah.
That's by Santa Rosa. Or some shit.
That's about the way. But he a cool cat. I did a verse for him. I got a verse for my boy Face Filthy. Excuse me. I'm of course I'm doing for the street stuff.
Yeah.
Pop's got a compilation record that he's working on.
Okay.
That we're working on together. I'm gonna executive produce that. I'm gonna have a few tracks on there as well. So I'm trying to put my hands in a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about as far as collaborating with people, because I feel like the biggest setback people give themselves, especially out this way in the Bay Area, is the lack of unity, the lack of connection. You feel me? Like, I want to work with whoever the hell I can. Yeah. To be honest with you, if I got respect for you, you got respect for me. I like your art, you like mine. Let's work. Could
you feel like the fact that your dad, and Delinquents, both of them have so much respect in the game that actually gave you an edge up in the game?
To be real, yeah. I feel like it will. Granted, I'm still a new artist. I'm building this pretty much on my own. Yeah. And I'm gonna build my own lane. But I feel like it might, because people will know his name. People will say, "Oh, that's G-Stack's son." You feel me? At some point, but it's not like I don't want to use that. Yeah. That's not my intention. I don't want to use that. Yeah. As a stepping stone to you know what I mean? I want to build shit for myself. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. So how many albums do you have out? Do you have just one?
I got a record out.
Oh, just a record?
I dropped a single. That was it. I was just talking to my mans right here. I was like, that's the first time I really did anything as far as a project for myself. Yeah. But I feel because I felt like we needed it. I felt like I loved the record. I loved the message of it. Me and my boy shot the visual ourselves. We edited the visual ourselves. You know what I mean? And shout out to Four Face Films. They actually provided some of the footage that we put in the visual. But yeah, so that's all I got out right now. But I'm working. Is what I'm gonna say.
So I want to ask you a question. Yeah. When you were young, you did not cuss on the microphone, correct?
No, I could not.
At what age did you first say, you know what, I'm about to say this shit tonight?
When I turned 18. I was like, all right, yeah, now nobody can tell me shit. I'm about to say what the hell I want. Now, I would cuss on my records that I would do, and not release them. Yeah. Like anything I did with Pops,
you was hiding them records?
Hiding. You ain't hearing none of this, Playboy. But the first time I cussed on a record with Pops, or that's something that we did, was my cousin Dave the Greed had a group. Yeah. Them boys. It was Bo Strangles, Dave the Greed. I don't remember the last one, man. Now I feel like an asshole. Yeah. But they had they had an album together. I got on a record called Jerry Maguire.
Jerry Maguire?
Yeah.
What was that about? Like Show Me the Money?
Show Me the Money, yeah.
Yeah.
So I got on that record, and that was the first record I cussed on, and I felt liberated.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, hell yeah, it's on now.
You feel liberated?
I felt liberated. I'm about to let their ass have it. Yeah. But, that was the first record I cussed on. It was after I was 18.
Okay, talk about some of the pointers that your dad has actually gave in this game to you.
To me, with me, per se, it was just always just keep working on it. Keep working on my craft, find ways to, and the reason that, so starting off, to double back to the cussing question, the reason he didn't want me to was because, of course, I was a child, and like I said, he's a father first, hands down. But when I became an adult and I was able to cuss, he was like, okay, like you can, but find a better way to say it.
That's right.
He was like, you gonna sharpen up your craft if you could figure out a way to say this without saying bitch, or without saying nigga every two bars, you feel me? Or without saying this every 2 bars. If you find a different way to say it, you'll be a force to be reckoned with. And I try to stick with that now, even with my music now. Being an adult, like I can cuss, I can say whatever the fuck I want. Yeah. But if I can figure out a way to say something without, you know what I mean, using a cuss word, using a filler word or whatever, I'm gonna do it. And that's what I try to challenge myself with.
You know what would have been interesting if he was Too Short dad. Say, look, man, you can't be saying bitch now. Sure probably would have thought 50 different ways to cuss your ass out. He probably would have said, creeping through the fog, she probably was a female dog.
I would have figured it out.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure, man. That's real good, man, that you actually had, you know what I'm saying, some positive role models in this shit. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm noticing that, like, when I'm hearing, like, a lot of rappers, you know what I'm saying, and I'm older now. You know what I'm saying? I got a son, you know what I'm saying, damn near 20. So when I'm hearing, like, a lot of rappers and the shit that they be rapping about, I be like, who the fuck are they parents?
Man, and it be youngsters.
Yeah.
Rapping about some off the wall shit.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, I don't be knocking them though.
Yeah, you can't.
That's the one thing I will never do. Like, I never knock any of these youngsters with, and I don't agree with some of the music they make.
Yeah.
I can't bump some of the music they make, but I respect they hustle. You know what I mean?
Oh,
And I'm always respect they hustle.
Well, you know what? I just be looking at it like my kids is gonna fuck around and play with your kids, and why are y'all getting so like y'all getting high off cocaine in motherfucking high school? I'm like, shit. When I was coming up, you know what I'm saying? That was what grown-ups did.
Yeah. We had a little weed when I was in high school. We had a little weed. We had a few people bringing in some vodka every now and then. But you feel me? They be doing some shit now, dog. Man, I feel for my little brother. He just got into high school, and I just be watching the youngsters, like, even on social media, outside of music, just the youngsters in general, man, they be doing some crazy shit.
Yeah, like these little niggas was talking about eat the booty like groceries. Woo! Like that was a fad.
Yeah.
You know?
I just made a post about that. I just made a post. I was like, eating ass is becoming normalized in society, blood. They rapping about it, singing about it.
When I was coming up, if a nigga said that if you checked the, like, I was little. So if I heard one OG say to us, I was like, oh, nigga, you over there, nigga, eating pussy and licking ass. And the other nigga would say, but so what? That's my broad, though. Have you ever heard that? Remember that shit, Steve? So what? That's my broad, though.
Yep.
For sure. So tell me about this album that you actually putting together. Have you thought about what it's going to be called and stuff?
I haven't yet. I really want to just focus on creating music, because the biggest part of me is I never really looked at this as a business per se. I just really love creating music. I really love it, and like I mentioned earlier, like, I'm an empath. You feel me? I feel shit from other people, and I'm able to articulate that in my music.
Yeah.
I'm able to articulate the different things that I feel in my music and shit that people can relate to. Like, even what she said, like I said, I sent it around to my circle, the people that I fuck with, and I got a bunch of, of course it's a female-driven song. So I got a bunch of females like, damn, like, that's, like, I feel like you was talking about me, and and you feel me, like, I cried. I'm like, yeah, because this is universal shit. You feel me? Like, we all go through this shit, and I feel that. So right now, I'm not focusing on creating a pure body of work, though that is what I'm aiming towards, but I'm focused on working right now, man.
Well, you know what? You gonna fuck around and get some R&B pussy around this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, you give me the right auto-tune, boy. I'm gonna make R&B tracking this thing.
But the thing about it is that since you're a new artist, the great thing about that is that you get to shoot whatever the fuck you want to shoot, and guess what? People can't really judge you for it.
Right.
The cold part about being an artist is that one of your biggest songs might not even be your favorite song.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Me and Pops had that conversation literally a couple days ago. We were talking about that man.
Yeah.
From Bosses Will Be Bosses.
I was just thinking about that motherfucker.
He was like, bruh, me and V did not like that damn record.
Yeah.
Like, it was not their favorite record, and it almost didn't make the album.
Yeah.
But he was like, it was one of their biggest joints.
That was the one. I remember when I think of Lake Berryessa, that's who I think of, them two motherfuckers, right? You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
I think of them motherfuckers, and I remember the Cadillac video. It was a cartoon, and I remember motherfuckers looking at that man.
That man.
That man. Shout out to my partner, Marcus Mason, or I forget his name.
Merce Mason. I think I follow him on Instagram.
You do.
Shout out Merce Mason. Man.
Yeah, that's my partner from second grade and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? But he put up some songs talking about who sing this, who sing that. And this nigga know that I fuck with this rap shit. He put that shit up. I said, nigga, that's delinquents. Nigga, bosses will be bosses.
Delinquents, dog?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Well, shit, man, before we get out of here, man, you got any props you want to give to anybody?
Man, I just want to shout out for the streets, G-Stack, of course.
Okay.
Shout out my uncle for putting me on the music, period.
Okay.
I want to shout out my boy Art by Black and the whole Down For Us team. Shout out my boy Face Filthy. That's it, man.
Okay.
Get out of here, do my thing, dog. I appreciate you for having me.
For sure.
Real shit.
Yeah, you got an elbow.
Gotta
you know
get
what I'm
bows,
saying?
man. Get
Yeah,
in
my
bows.
bad. It's a short interview because you got to go to the lab and shit
Yeah,
like that.
I gotta go work. But you feel me? I feel like I'm gonna be back.
You will be back, man.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? You got
Let's
a cool
do it.
little energy. You know what I'm saying? And I might want you to fuck around and as a special guest co-host with me one time. Maybe we can
let's
drill
do it.
some motherfuckers. You know what I'm
Let's
saying?
do it.
So this is L-Deez, also known Party Boy Lawrence One for another episode. It's I Need to Know, and my bad, I meant to say as usual, and come on, you know what I want.